So Vorn, thanks for your time here with Kryztoff. Last April you put out an album, your first. Tell us how you sort of made the decision on how that album came to be.
Well, sir, I moved here about 3 or 4 years ago, and with the idea of taking the town by storm and being a successful musician in Adelaide, as I had been somewhat in Canberra, sort of a fish that might have reached the maximum size that it could in that sort of a pond, and wanted to move to a bigger pond with lots more opportunity. And when I came here, I met some people, some really nice musicians at the Francis Folk Gathering, and they were really cool, and they introduced me to this girl that is now my manager, Sky Riggs, and so we set to work just kind of trying to achieve as much as we could, applying for grants and trying to get this album made, and we tried for about a year, and we couldn't get the grants, and we couldn't get any other kind of capital together, so but eventually we got there, so try again. That's the lesson learned.
And that album, at least critically, has been a huge success.
Yes, yeah.
Were you
exactly
surprised? No doubt, not surprised in the sense that you obviously think your work is fantastic, but surprised in the sense of the reach of it. When Rolling Stone in August comes out and says favourable things, that must have been very exciting.
Exactly, it was a very pleasant surprise. It was, yeah, it was great. I mean, it has been quite successful critically, which is awesome. We're trying to get that success into the consumer realm of things as well. People hopefully will buy lots of it, and that way I'll have millions of dollars. We feel that's inevitable, and it's just a matter of time. We've just got to transfer that, whatever the critics seem to have found so beguiling about the album, hopefully people will too. But we're just in the process of kind of touring it at the moment. It was released in April last year, and I've done 2 national tours since then, and this will be sort of my 3rd national tour. And yeah, other than that, we've just been trying to push it to the media as hard as possible. And yeah, play as many festivals as we can.
And from boy who grew up in Hackney, being compared with Rufus Wainwright and Tom Waits must have been flattering or shocking?
It was wonderful. I mean, they're 2 of my biggest idols, so just to be even compared to them is something special. Yeah, no, it was. I mean, it's so nice when people compare you to people that good. Like, it just makes you want to write more and perform more and just be a better musician. It keeps you going, Peter. It does.
And with Womadelaide coming up, have you got a year on, or not quite a year on, but getting on for that? Are you looking at a second album, or how are you going in terms of writing material?
I think maybe I'm a bit precious at the moment. That's what I've been thinking lately. I've got to have the space and the time to kind of get into that mindset where I can write and just focus on writing. If I have to sort of get distracted by anything else, it tends to take me out of that. That being said, I have written like quite a few songs, but I would like to write lots more, because I really want to take things to the next level, with the next album, instead of just doing the same.
And where do you get your inspiration from for writing?
Just everything. People, I think, a lot. Yeah, people are really interesting. All the romance and all the messed upness and the troubles and the beauty. And, yeah, I like watching people in their day-to-day sort of thing. Reading and watching movies, computer games even. So
a lot of your lyrics and songs are sort of biographical rather than autobiographical, observational rather than reflective?
I try and cover all bases. I think hopefully there's a couple in there which autobiographical and a couple which are biographical.
Now, relative to sort of rock and roll crowds, what do you notice that's different about your audiences? You know, if you come back to a town like Adelaide relative to, well, you're playing at the Jade Monkey in a couple of weeks' time.
Yes,
go there on probably the night before or the night after, and it'll be a very different crowd or a very different band playing.
Yeah.
What do you notice about your crowds that maybe are different?
They're very, well, you know, they're just, hopefully they're all the sort of, the writers and the artists and as well as of course people from any kind of walk of life, but I think you tend to get the people who obviously aren't maybe interested so much in going out to venues and seeing like really loud bands or something, but are more into the kind of drinking tea and reading some poetry or reading a novel than headbanging. So I think, yeah, you get those kind of people, maybe quiet, kind of shy people, you know, won't necessarily even come and talk to you when they come to a show, but will you know, Facebook you afterwards or something and just tell you how much they loved it, but just sort of shy, and they're not really there to be seen, but they're there to kind of really listen